Hello, and thank you again for joining me for my Monday devotion. On Mondays, I do a sermon recap. So we'll look at what we looked at yesterday on Palm Sunday. And of course, we looked at the Palm Sunday gospel account. And specifically, we looked at Matthew 21, just verses 8 and 9. And they read, "Most of the crowd spread their cloaks on the road, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. And the crowds that went before him and that followed him were shouting, 'Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest!'" And that's what happened on that Sunday that kicked off Holy Week. Jesus came to Jerusalem, and not everybody there would have known him because the Jews from the known world at that time would be in Jerusalem for the Passover celebration. So if there are Jews in other parts of the world who never heard about Jesus, very possible they didn't know who this guy was, that others were just shouting in excitement about. But the Jews who did know him, say the Jews from Galilee, in the region there, were so excited that he was coming to them humbly on a donkey, showing he was this servant king. And so Palm Sunday is a chance for us to give thanks for the example that the people there gave to us, cutting down the palm branches. And palms in that culture meant victory. So by waving them, they were saying, "You are our champion. You are our victor. We look to you for our leader, hope, everything." Just the palms said that. And the hosannas that they called out, that word means saves. They were calling him their savior, not yet knowing about the cross, but just saying that this guy is our savior. He has come to us to be our Messiah and to rescue us from whatever it is that gets in the way of our faith. And so we know, again, like I say, on Friday, he would die for the sins of the world, and we still celebrate that. But he came to them humbly, lowly, gently, on a donkey, a lowly animal, riding the streets of the city, not in some huge chariot or some monstrous, beautiful stallion, but on a very meek and gentle beast, the donkey which he came to town on. And the people were so glad to see him. But we also know that we are glad to have him in our lives as well. So we kind of, if you will, have our own makeshift Palm Sundays, a waving of our own palms, because we know Jesus as they did. We love him as they did. We look to him as they did. Our hope was in him as theirs was. He's our Savior as he was there. Our future is in his hands as their future was in their hands. And so there's so much we have in common with the people of Jerusalem who greeted him so beautifully on Palm Sunday. So Palm Sunday still lives today, and it's really, if you want to say it, Palm Sunday every day in the lives and hearts of God's people. Thankful for the King who came to us to make us the people of God. It was such a gentle thing he did, coming to us, taking on human flesh and blood, eventually making his way to the cross to free us from our own human sinfulness, our own human nature, if you will, that is sinful by nature. And so this kicks off Holy Week. Beautiful celebration. Later this week, he would curse a fig tree. Later this week, he would clear the temple. Later this week, he would give a bunch of beautiful parables. And then ultimately, Maundy Thursday would come when he instituted Holy Communion for us. Good Friday, the greatest, interesting victory of all time, where the champion was killed, he was destroyed, but because of Easter, he didn't stay dead. He went to the tomb, he was buried, but we know that he came out of the tomb on Easter Sunday. So this week is a highly important week in the life of the church and the life of God's people because of what was done for us this Sunday through Sunday, these 8 days, thankful for who we are as the children of God. So I hope you have a blessed Palm Sunday. I hope you can join us for worship later this week, Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, 6:30 both evenings. Easter Sunday, 8:30, 10:30 both Sundays. So we have that going on, and I hope you're able to join us for any of that. And God bless your week. It may be a truly holy week as a child of God.